Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I'm here to do a love reading for Cancer. All my Cancerians out there, and this could be for anyone really because we all have Cancer in our chart somewhere. I happen to have my moon in Cancer and I don't know what else, but I think there's something else as well. Lots of water in my chart. Where do you have Cancer in your chart? Anyway, yes, this is a Venus in retrograde reading. So we're going to be asking some specific questions and using the, what's it called again? The Tarot of Mystical Moments. And we will find out. Yeah. No matter where I move myself to, I always can't get the setup quite right. Oh, wow. Hello, Jojo. Good morning. Venus in Cancer. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the first questions, cards 1 and 2, these are your strengths in love and how you receive love. So I guess they're not questions. I mean, we're asking the cards, so sorry. Venus is in retrograde and Mercury is now in retrograde. So bear with me as I try to articulate things. It's always interesting. All right. So your strengths in love and how you receive love. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, you are it kind of feels like you kind of keep yourself open to different kinds of options. You may also be really good at discerning which options are better for you and which ones are best to walk away from. Yeah, because she's pointing specific at a certain star. There's billions of stars, but she knows the one that she wants. So, yeah. Good at figuring your love out, where you want to invest that love. And also 6 of Pentacles. Yay. You are very generous with your love. You know, you show up and you just have so much to give. You've always got that pot of tea to share. This picture is so interesting because we have these two ladies with their tea, getting their cups filled. And then we have this little guy hanging out. I don't quite understand this picture. Oh, but interesting. The teapot has a picture of scales on it. So it speaks to me of reciprocation, kind of giving and receiving. Obviously, because that's what reciprocation is. In case you didn't know. But regardless, this is a strength. This is a huge strength for you, because you always have more to give, and you are one of the most giving. You know, those with a lot of Cancer in their chart tend to be very, very giving, very nurturing. It's kind of Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and you know, you're a catch. You are a catch for sure. Okay, so let's look at your weakness. What's your weakness in love? The Hierophant. Weakness. Let me get a clarifier on this. The Chariot. It's feeling like you may have this belief that in order to be successful and victorious in love, that you need to, or maybe you just kind of do this where you put people up on a pedestal, where you think that, you put yourself in this place of learning from them. And it, there definitely seems to be a little bit of a, like, I don't know if it's an inferiority complex, or if you just, when you show up in a relationship, it happens with a lot of people where you lose yourself a little bit, or you give up what's important to you in order to appease the person you're with, or you just generally feel like, I don't know, they know more than you. And I mean, that's kind of true. Like in any given area with any given person, they're going to know something more than you do. But it doesn't detract from who you are. You know plenty yourself. Um, there could also be a thing here where you might feel the need to try to help people that don't necessarily want to be helped, thinking that that's going to, you're like, well, if you just listen to me and follow what I'm doing, then you'll ride to victory. But not everybody wants to ride to victory. Some people like being stuck. Some people like their drama. Um, I don't know. So I guess this can go in a number of different ways, depending on you and what's going on with your situation. But there's also this feeling of, like, wanting to maintain control to get yourself to a place where you perceive there would be victory if you were able to just make things happen a certain way. And that's the thing. When you're in a connection with another person, there's no making anybody do anything. I mean, I suppose at gunpoint, but um, it's kind of this. It's that idea that you can only change yourself. You can only really do you, stay in your own lane. When you try and go into other people's lanes, it ends up in disaster pretty much every time. Um, because people will do what they want to do, and you can offer suggestions if they want it. But anyway, that was long-winded thing. And Redbeard is here again. Welcome. Let down boundaries. Sure. Yeah, that could be part of it too. Absolutely. So, let's see. Cards 4 and 5. Your future soulmate and a clue on who they are. Who is your future soulmate? 4 of Pentacles. Someone who's I think they feel most comfortable at home. They're kind of a homebody. Someone who's very focused on their realm. They are, how do I say it? Security, stability, that kind of thing is very important to them. And they could be someone who, I don't know, they could be a little on the miserly side where they're like, well, this is mine. I don't really want to share. But I think there might be a little bit of that, but I think more than that, they've they've created this kind of environment for themselves where they can feel comfortable and happy, and they can invite in who they want. And so for you to get the pass, to get the key, or the open gate, means that you're extra special, because not everybody gets to go into their world, their realm. What else? The star. I think you are perfectly happy being with someone who's a homebody. Maybe you are as well. This person, regardless of what they're into, whether they're introverted or extroverted, they're a wish fulfillment for you. They like to dress in their finery, and apparently you do too. They're all about, like, they want their happy home, their happy life. And you're just like, wow, did I just hit the jackpot? Like, someone who actually cares about stability, about creating a life together with me. What a concept, because of course not everybody's into that. I kind of, and I think they feel this way about you too. There's some, I said this in my weekend reading for January 15th and 16th, but there's some kind of magic happening between the two of you. We have the fairy and the magic wand. It's like, yeah, you two both have a key to each other's heart, is kind of what I'm getting. Because I keep looking at the locks here on the gate. It's like, once you meet, once you come together, this is like, they want to go from this, where they have their humble little home, to building a palace. Once they find their person, once they meet you, they're like, yes, I want to build a shrine in your honor. Most beautiful building that ever existed. So, hey, I mean, that's always good. Ooh, Bella Luna, hello, welcome. Okay, so then what is holding you back? What is holding you back in love? Oh, interesting. I have not seen this card yet. 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, this is a card of extreme anxiety. So much so that you can't even sleep. And what's all the eyes on her? Feeling it's interesting. The eyes all look like the same. They're the same face. These are all the different thoughts that run through your head. Sometimes you are kind of fearful. Sometimes you're at peace. Sometimes, I don't know, like, you go through all these different emotions. And it's really hard to settle on just feeling at peace, knowing that things are going to work out. There's so much anxiety, potentially because of what you've dealt with in your past, where you've shared your cup before and it somehow, it was squandered. It wasn't returned. It wasn't reciprocated. And so, maybe you meet this person, or maybe you haven't even met them yet, and you're like, I I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to settle down, to find the person that I want to settle down with, who's actually going to support me as much as I'm capable of supporting them. Um, and this is really just, this is a reminder of how awesome you are and that the universe does have your back, and that all these sleepless nights and anxiety and everything that you're dealing with, you're caught in the crap circles. Um and you want to try to find a way out of that rut, to have some way to remind yourself that it's going to work out, that it's going to be okay. Lean on that optimistic attitude. Um because yeah, something so beautiful and magical is coming in. Some yeah, someone. uh Really awesome connection. All eyes are on you. Feeling judged. Oh, that's another good one. That's another good one. Feeling judged. And yes, that can happen when someone with a lot of water in their chart, you know, there is they are more likely to care about what other people think, and feel worried about being judged. Absolutely. Once again, it comes back to that same kind of advice the tarot is saying, and I am saying. You want to find some way to learn how to accept yourself exactly as you are, and not worry about other people judging you, because you know anybody who's judging, they're really just judging themselves. They're seeing you through their own filter. They don't even see you clearly. um, I know, easier said than done for sure, but when you can kind of come to a place of peace, knowing that you really do have this ability to choose, to make the right choice for you, um, I think it'll help you rest a little easier, maybe sleep a little bit better. Okay, let's pull some cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Acceptance. So, a couple things. accepting accepting yourself, accepting that the universe does have your back, or your higher power, um, and also when this person, I don't know if they've shown up yet, or if you're still, if they haven't quite, but there's a need to, rather than turn and go, running for the hills, you you allow you open up your heart, as you're so good at doing. Again, there's this reciprocal thing going on here. um, Accepting that someone can actually appreciate you for who and how you are, exactly as you are. Beginnings. Yeah. Accept that you have a new beginning coming. It is imminent. And it feels like you're moving from a time in your life where it's been it's kind of been the a winter season for you, where there's been a lot of snow. It's been dark and cold, and there's some kitty confirmation, and this new beginning will be like walking through a doorway where suddenly you have the sun on your face, and it's warm, and everything's green and bright and shiny. Change. Big changes afoot. Um, this could be a part of why you are experiencing this anxiety, because even good change is still, it can be very disruptive. It's like you have this new beginning, yay, so excited, but the implications of a new beginning, this means you got to change your schedule. You got to like shift your life so that you can what's the word? You you can I hate when the words don't come. Um you gotta be able to create space for this new person coming in. And and that can feel it can feel a little crazy. Oh. Okay, so looking closer at this picture, this person has hands and feet on the planet. It's like getting grounded, swirling around, everything's crazy. And this is what happens with change, is it's chaos and it's all the stuff, everything's disrupted, but eventually you bring yourself back, you ground yourself, you kind of root yourself to where you're going to be. You create that, I don't know, that outline of how you're going to live, I guess, how you're going to um, implement the changes, right? Yeah, so sorry, guys. Like it takes so long to get the simplest thing out. Oh well, purity. That's why you guys love me, right? Purity. Wow. Okay. This kind of speaks to what I was talking about in this new beginning, where you've been in this place. It's kind of been the winter season um, in your life for a while, but it has brought you to this place within yourself of there's kind of been a reckoning that you've had with yourself, with what you've been through. And you've come back to yourself in a whole new way. You've gained a new perspective. And so there's this, you've been purified of what you've been through before. Yeah, there's still fear there. The fear never goes away, but you've kind of like it almost it you know it we don't have fire in the card, but it makes me think of like sometimes things have to go in the fire in order to become purified. In this case, I don't know, maybe you just had to be covered with snow for a while, and there's a purity about that, about just kind of being, not having all of not having all of your faculties to deal with something. but that's okay because it helped to strengthen you in other areas that you wouldn't have otherwise. Because, she's blindfolded here. So you're coming back to yourself in a whole new way. It's like almost like a clean slate. And from this purity, you you rise up, you begin anew. It feels like a whole new you in a way. I like it. Okay. Um yeah, the moons, I think the moons are usually in the same spot, aren't they? In these. Not always, but mostly. Always in the future position. Okay. I'm going to finish with I think I'll finish with a chakra card for you guys. We have solar plexus chakra, courage. I have the strength, courage, and willpower to face my fears and see my desires, dreams, and goals through to completion. Yeah. I release the need to be anything other than who I am in order to succeed. That's right. Yeah, exactly. I believe in myself and have the courage to fail and succeed. I am possible. I love that. I love that. And I think that's a part of what's going on here is there's a fear of failure and a fear of success. Um, this is a part of the anxiety that you're feeling because you're like, well, if it doesn't work out, then it's like reliving past experiences. But if it does work out, oh my God, then what? What do I do? I want the new beginning, but and I don't know. I think I already said this, but a lot of people experience this where you have this ideal, you have this vision of what you want, and then you actually get faced with the reality of it, and it's like can kind of freak us out sometimes because we're like, oh, okay, because now you have to show up in a whole new way. Now you have to navigate something that's completely different than what you're used to. So, anyway, it's good. I like this. And I didn't really speak to this, but I feel like this is what's happening right now because of Venus being in retrograde. There is You're kind of being kind of molded so you can come to this place of purity. This is and maybe that's what this period of time is doing for you is it's helping you to learn to accept yourself, right? To where'd it go? Put my card down and it's gone. Anyway, accepting and loving yourself exactly as you are. Um, Knowing that you have so much to bring, so much to offer. And the right person is going to appreciate that 100%. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.